Candidates to this series on the Virtual Educational and Exam Preparation Hub. Wish them well on their hunt for a satisfying government dream job through successful appearance in the SSC CGL Tier I exam. This is a curated model paper for practice for the upcoming SSC CGL Tier I 2026 exam.
It is fantastic to have you here with us. You are preparing for a major milestone, and we are going to treat this deep dive as a comprehensive, standalone educational presentation.
Exactly. And we will be walking through a full 100-question, 200-mark mock paper sequentially without skipping a single detail.
Right. So you are going to want to get comfortable, maybe grab a notepad.
All right.
Because we aren't just giving you an answer key today.
No, we really want to break down the absolute why and how behind every single solution. But before we get into the weeds of the syllabus, let's talk about the psychological elephant in the room, the clock.
Oh, the clock, yeah.
You are staring down 100 questions with a strict 60-minute sectional time limit. I mean, that sounds physically impossible. How do you even begin to approach that without panicking?
Well, it sounds intimidating, but it all comes down to ruthless time management. You have to understand the anatomy of the exam.
Right, because 100 questions in 60 minutes, that's what, like 36 seconds per question?
Yeah, an average of 36 seconds. But here's the secret. You shouldn't actually spend 36 seconds on every question. The winning strategy is to tackle the faster sections first.
Which would be general awareness and English comprehension, right?
Precisely. Those are essentially you know it or you don't situations. If you are asked for the capital of a state, well, staring at the screen for 2 minutes won't magically make the answer appear.
So true. You just have to trust your gut.
Right. So by blazing through those knowledge-based sections, you bank precious extra minutes, and then you invest that banked time into the calculation-heavy quantitative aptitude and logical reasoning sections.
Where you actually need the minutes to process the steps. I love that. Bank the time where you can, spend it where you must. Okay, well, let's put that smooth, methodical mindset into practice. We are going to start with Section A, which is General Intelligence and Reasoning. This covers our first block of questions.
And for general intelligence, especially the analogy questions we're about to see, my top advisory is this. Always define the exact relationship between the first pair of items in your mind before you even glance at the multiple choice options.
Before you even look at them.
Yeah, because the options are designed to trick you with associative words. Don't let the test suggest a relationship to you. You dictate the relationship to the test.
I really like that. Be proactive, not reactive. Let's test that out right now. Starting off with question 1.
Let's do it.
So question 1 asks us to select the option related to the third word in the same way as the second is related to the first. The prompt is, hammer is to nail, as screwdriver is to blank. And the options are 1 screw, 2 wood, 3 hammer, or 4 bolt.
Okay, let's apply the strategy cover of the options. We look only at hammer and nail. What is the fundamental mechanical relationship here?
Well, a hammer is a tool used on a nail.
Right? It is a tool to active target relationship. A hammer is the specific tool engineered to drive a nail. Now we look at the screwdriver. What is the specific target object it is engineered to drive?
It acts on a screw.
Exactly. And I see exactly why they put wood as option 2.
Yeah, because if you are just free associating, your brain thinks, well, hammers and nails are used on wood, screwdrivers are used on wood.
It's total trap. Wood is the medium, not the target of the tool itself. Therefore, the correct answer is option 1, screw.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, moving on to question 2. This gives us another analogy to break down. Hunger is to food, as thirst is to blank. Options are 1, water, 2, drink, 3, hunger, 4, eat.
Again, define the precise relationship. Hunger is a biological deficiency, right? A need.
And food is what satisfies it.
Yes, food is the specific, tangible satisfier of that need. It is a need to satisfy a relationship. So what tangible substance satisfies the physiological need of thirst?
Water. But wait, option 2 is drink. Why isn't it drink? I mean, if I'm thirsty, I drink.
But drink is an action. It's a verb. Food is a noun, a concrete object. The analogy must maintain the same grammatical and logical parallel.
Oh, I see.
You need the noun that resolves the condition. Water, which is option 1, is that concrete satisfier, perfectly parallel to food.
Nuance is everything, you know. Okay, here is question 3. This shifts us from words to numbers. 3 is to 27, as 5 is to blank. Options are 1, 125, 2, 75, 3, 100, 4, 6, 25.
Number analogies require you to spot the underlying mathematical rule. So how do we get from 3 to 27?
Multiply by 9.
You might initially think that. But let's look at the broader context of these exams. A much more common structural pattern involves exponential powers. 3 cubed, that is 3 times 3 times 3 equals 27.
Oh, right. The rule is the base number cubed.
Yes. So if we apply that cubing rule to 5, we get 5 times 5 is 25. And 25 times 5 is 125.
That matches option 1 perfectly.
Correct. Answer is option 125. If you had tried the multiply by 9 rule, well, 5 times 9 is 45, which isn't even an option.
So that confirms the exponential rule was the intended path. Let's look at question 4. 12 is to 144 as 11 is to blank. Options are 1, 121, 2, 132, 3, 111, 4, 110.
Building right on our last point, this one relies on a different exponent. 12 squared, 12 multiplied by itself is 144.
So the established rule is simply the number squared. We take 11 and square it. 11 times 11 gives us 121.
Exactly. So the answer is option 1. I really advise candidates to memorize these squares and cubes. It's basically a requirement if you want to survive the 60-minute limit.
Memorizing your perfect squares up to 25 and your cubes up to 15 will definitely save you crucial minutes. You need to recognize 144 and instantly think 12 squared.
Mental shortcuts are gold.
They really are. Moving on to question 5, now we are dealing with letter patterns. AB is to ZY as CD is to blank. Options are 1XW, 2WX, 3YX, 4VW.
This specific problem requires you to understand the alphabet mirror strategy.
Alphabet.
Yeah, think of the alphabet. A is the first letter from the start. Z is the first letter from the end. They form a mirror pair. B is the second letter from the start. Y is the second from the end.
Okay, so the pair AB directly maps to its mirror, ZY.
Got it. So we need the mirror pair for CD. C is the third letter from the beginning. The third letter from the end is X.
And D is the fourth letter, so its mirror is W, the fourth from the end. That gives us XW.
Exactly. The answer is option 1, XW. A great tip for the exam: the moment your time starts, use 10 seconds to write the alphabet A through M on your scratch pad, and then N through Z directly below it in reverse order.
Oh, wow. That creates an instant visual key for these mirror questions. That is a phenomenal hack.
It really is.
Okay, let's shift gears to classification logic. Here is question 6. It asks us to select the odd one out. The options are 1 apple, 2 banana, 3 carrot, 4 mango.
Classification questions are all about finding the shared characteristic among 3 options that the fourth completely lacks. Apple, banana, and mango are all fruits, right? Meaning they develop from the flower of a plant and contain seeds.
And carrot is a root vegetable. It's the actual root of the plant, totally different botanical category.
Precisely, so that makes it the odd one out. Option 3, carrot. It's about finding the defining categorical boundary.
Let's see how that works with numbers in question 7. Find the odd one out. 1, 121, 2, 144, 3, 150, 4, 169.
Remember what we just discussed about memorizing squares? Let's scan these numbers. 121 is 11 squared. 144 is 12 squared. 169 is 13 squared.
They belong to the category of perfect squares, but 150 sits right in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly. It's not a perfect square. 12 squared is 144, 13 squared is 169, so 150 breaks the pattern.
So the answer is option 3. The categorical boundary is perfect squares, and a 150 fails to cross that boundary.
Spot on.
Stepping into sequence and series now, question 8 asks us to find the letter that continues this series. Z, X, V, T, and then a question mark. Options are 1R, 2S, 3Q, 4U.
For letter series, you must always track 2 things: the direction of movement and the size of the gap.
Okay, so from Z, we move backward through the alphabet. Z to Y to X.
We skipped Y completely. From X, we go to W, then V. We skip W. It's a consistent backward skipping pattern, jumping over exactly 1 letter each time.
So following that trajectory from T, we step backward to S, but we have to skip it. The next letter we land on is R.
You got it. So the correct answer is option 1, R.
Simple enough. Question 9 gives us a number series to complete. 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, and a question mark. Options 149, 242, 345, 448.
If you followed my earlier advice, this series practically solves itself before you even finish reading it. 4 is 2 squared, 9 is 3 squared, 16 is 4 squared, 25 is 5 squared, 36 is 6 squared.
It is an uninterrupted ascending sequence of perfect squares. So the next integer in the sequence is 7, and 7 squared is 49.
Exactly. So the answer is option 1, 49. It's amazing how quickly you can solve these when the foundational knowledge is just sitting in your active memory.
Don't calculate if you can recognize, right?
That's the goal.
Let's keep that momentum for question 10. Number series. 1, 8, 27, 64, question mark. Options are 1, 125, 2, 100, 3, 81, 4, 216.
We just saw the test makers use squares. Here they are testing cubes. 1 is just 1 cubed, 8 is 2 cubed, 27 is 3 cubed, 64 is 4 cubed.
The sequence of cubes dictates that the next term must be 5 cubed, and as we calculated earlier, 5 times 5 is 25, and 25 times 5 is 125.
Right, so option 1 is the answer.
Moving to question 11, it asks us to complete another series. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, question mark. Options are 164, 248, 356, 460.
This represents an exponential growth pattern. Look at the relationship between each adjacent number. How do you get from 2 to 4?
You multiply by 2.
From 4 to 8, multiply by 2, 0.8 to 16, multiply by 2. The foundational rule is simply doubling the previous term.
So to find the next number, we take 32 and multiply it by 2. That gives us 64. Option 1 is correct.
Simple and geometric.
Now, question 12 presents a slightly different sequence. 3, 7, 15, 31, question mark. Options 1, 63, 2, 62, 3, 64, 447.
This one is slightly more complex because it uses a compound rule. That means a two-step mathematical operation. Let's look at the gaps first.
Okay, the gap from 3 to 7 is 4. From 7 to 15 is 8. From 15 to 31 is 16. The gaps themselves are doubling.
Right, so the next gap would be 32, and 31 plus 32 is 63.
Alternatively, you can look at it as an operation on the base number itself, right? Multiply by 2, then add 1.
Exactly. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 1 is 15. Applying that rule to 31 means 31 times 2 is 62, plus 1 gives us 63.
Both logical paths lead to the same destination. Option 1, 63 is the answer. I love that there are multiple ways to unlock it.
Depends on how your brain processes patterns.
Let's move into coding decoding with question 13. If A equals 2, B equals 4, C equals 6, and so on, what is the code for D? Options 1, 8, 2, 6, 3, 4, 4, 16.
The prompt is establishing a specific cipher. It tells us each letter is equal to twice its normal alphabetical position. A is the first letter, so 1 times 2 is 2.
B is the second letter, 2 times 2 is 4. They want the code for D. D is the fourth letter in the alphabet.
Right, so using that position doubling rule, 4 times 2 gives us 8. The answer is option 1.
Question 14 steps up the complexity. In a code language, day is written as EBZ. How is night written in that code? Options are 1 OJHIU, 2 OJHIT, 3 OIU, 4 OJUU.
The absolute rule here is to find the transformation mechanism in the example before you ever look at the target word. Let's decode day to EBZ.
Look at the first letters. D becomes E. That's simply a one-step forward shift in the alphabet.
A becomes B, another one-step forward shift. Y becomes Z. The underlying rule is consistently shifting every single letter one position forward.
Okay, so we apply that exact one-step forward shift to night. N shifts to O, I shifts to J, G shifts to H shifts to I, and T shifts to U.
Stitching those together, we get OJHIU, which is option 1. Find the rule, apply the rule, don't guess.
Question 15 gives us another code. If RD is written as 18120 using letter positions, how is cat written? Options 13120, 23119, 32120, 43220.
This problem is very generous. It practically hands us the key in the prompt by stating it uses letter positions. R is the 18th letter of the alphabet, A is the first, T is the 20th, creating the code 18120.
So we just map the word C2 to its alphabetical numbers. C is the third letter, A is the first, T is the 20th.
That translates directly to 3120. Option 1 is the correct answer. A very straightforward mapping exercise.
Now for everyone's favorite puzzle type, blood relations. Question 16. Pointing to a girl, Suresh said, "She is the daughter of the only son of my grandfather." How is the girl related to Suresh? Options: 1 sister, 2 daughter, 3 niece, 4 cousin.
Blood relations can easily tie your brain in knots if you try to read them from left to right. I always teach candidates the break it down backwards trick.
How does that work?
You start at the very end of the sentence and work your way to the front. The sentence ends with, "my grandfather." The speaker is Suresh. So we have Suresh's grandfather.
Right. Now step back one phrase. The only son of my grandfather. Who is the only son of Suresh's grandfather?
That has to be Suresh's father. Okay, so now we step back to the very beginning of the quote. She is the daughter of Suresh's father.
The daughter of Suresh's father is Suresh's sister. Wow. By working backwards, the relationships just naturally untangle themselves.
It forces you to only hold one generational step in your head at a time. It's a foolproof method. The answer is option 1, sister.
That is going to save someone a lot of frustration. Question 17 gives us another blood relation, but this time it's written as a mathematical code. If A plus B means A is the mother of B, and A minus B means A is the brother of B, what does P plus Q minus R mean? Options: 1, P is the mother of R, 2P is the sister of R, 3P is the aunt of R, 4P is the daughter of R.
For coded relations, you must diagram the equation step by step. Let's parse the first part of the expression P plus Q. Based on our established rules, the plus sign means the first person is the mother of the second.
So P is the mother of Q. If you are drawing this, put P on a line above Q to represent the generational gap.
Got it. P is mom, Q is her child. Now the second part, Q minus R. The minus sign means brother. So Q is the brother of R. They're on the same generational line.
Exactly. Now synthesize those two facts. If P is the mother of Q and Q is the brother of R, then P must also be the mother of R because Q and R are siblings.
Therefore, option 1, P is the mother of R, is the only logical conclusion.
Drawing that quick family tree on the scratch pad makes it so visually clear. Let's shift our spatial awareness to directions. Question 18. A person starts facing south, walks 4 meters, then turns left and walks 3 meters. In which direction is the person facing now? Options: 1 east, 2 west, 3 north, 4 south.
I always tell candidates to mentally or physically draw a compass on their paper. North is up, south is down, east is right, west is left. The person is facing south, so imagine they are looking down toward the bottom of the page.
Okay, I'm visualizing looking down. Now they turn left. If I'm facing down and I turn to my left, I am turning towards the right side of the page.
And which direction is the right side of the page on our compass? It's east. Now, notice something about this question. The distances, walking 4 meters, then 3 meters, are completely irrelevant distractors.
Oh, because the question only asks which direction they are facing, not how far they traveled or their displacement from the start. That's a sneaky trap to make you waste time doing geometry.
Spotting those distractors is key to managing your time. The answer is simply option 1, east.
Question 19 gives us a natural direction puzzle. The sun rises in the east. In the early morning, in which direction does a person's shadow fall? Options: 1 west, 2 east, 3 north, 4 south.
This tests your basic solar positioning logic. Think about the physics of a shadow. A shadow is cast when an object blocks a light source.
Therefore, a shadow always falls in the exact opposite direction of the light source. The prompt establishes that in the early morning, the light source, the sun, is in the east.
The exact opposite of east is west, so the shadow must fall towards the west. Answer is option 1. It's just simple physics applied to logical reasoning.
Let's do some ranking and ordering now. Question 20. In a queue, Mohan is 12th from the front and 8th from the back. How many people are there in the queue? Options: 119, 220, 318, 421.
There's a vital non-negotiable formula you need to memorize for these linear queue questions. Total equals the position from the front plus the position from the back minus 1.
Wait, why the minus 1? If he's 12th from the front and 8th from the back, shouldn't it just be 12 plus 8 equals 20?
Think about the counting process. When you count from the front to the 12th position, you have counted Mohan once. When you count from the back to the 8th position, you have counted Mohan a second time.
Oh, you have effectively cloned Mohan in your math. You must subtract 1 to remove that double count of the overlapping individual.
Ah, that makes total sense. You are counting the same person twice. So 12 plus 8 is 20, minus 1 is 19. There are 19 people in the queue. Option 1 is correct.
That double counting trap is one of the most common errors in the reasoning section. Okay, question 21. 5 books are stacked. S is at the top, T at the bottom, P is above Q, and R is below Q. Which book is exactly in the middle? Options: 1Q, 2P, 3R, 4S.
Let's visually map this stack from top to bottom on our mental scratch pad. We have 5 slots. The prompt gives us 2 fixed anchors immediately. S is fixed at position 1, the top. T is fixed at position 5, the bottom.
Okay, so we have 3 open slots in the middle, positions 2, 3, and 4, and we have 3 books left. P, Q, and R.
Now look at the relative clues. We are told P is above Q and R is below Q. That forms a strict, unchangeable sequence. P must come first, then Q, then R.
So we just dropped that exact PQR sequence into our 3 empty middle slots. The whole stack from top to bottom reads S, P, Q, R, T.
The question asks for the book exactly in the middle, which is the third book. That is Q. Answer is option 1.
Beautifully mapped. Now prepare yourself because we are moving into syllogisms. Question 22. Statements. All roses are flowers. Some flowers are fragrant. Conclusions. 1. Some roses are fragrant. 2. All flowers are roses. Options. 1. Only I follows. 2. Only 2 follows. 3. Both follow. 4. Neither follows.
Syllogisms require absolute, ruthless adherence to only what is explicitly stated. I cannot warn candidates enough against bringing outside real-world assumptions into these puzzles.
Yes, in the real world, roses are fragrant. But logically, based strictly on these 2 statements, we have to draw a mental Venn diagram. I'm picturing it. The first statement puts a circle labeled roses completely inside a larger circle labeled flowers.
Correct. The second statement says some part of the flower circle overlaps with a third circle labeled fragrant. However, We have absolutely no idea if that fragrant circle reaches far enough in to overlap with the smaller rose circle.
They could be completely separate subsets within the flower category.
Exactly. Because we can't prove the overlap, conclusion I, that some roses are fragrant fails logically.
That is so hard to turn off your common sense, but I see the logic. What about conclusion 2? All flowers are roses.
This reverses the first statement illegally. All roses are flowers does not mean all flowers are roses. A smaller circle inside a larger circle does not equal the larger circle. Daisies exist. Sunflowers exist.
So conclusion 2 also fails. Therefore, the answer is option 4. Neither follows. You really have to act like a computer parsing raw data.
You do.
Question 23 gives us another illogical deduction. Statement: switch off the lights when they are not in use. Conclusions: 1. Electricity can be saved by doing so. 2. Lights consume electricity. Options: 1. Only I follows. 2. Only 2 follows. 3. Both follow. 4. Neither follows.
Unlike the abstract sets in the last problem, here we are looking at the logical premises embedded within an everyday statement. Ask yourself, why would someone advise switching off lights?
The underlying premise, the physical reality that makes the advice coherent, is that lights consume electricity while turned on. If they didn't, the advice would be meaningless. That makes conclusion 2 logically follow as a necessary assumption.
And furthermore, the very act of switching them off when not needed implies that you are preserving or conserving that resource, which means electricity can be saved by taking that action.
That makes conclusion I follow as well. Since both conclusions logically underpin the core statement, both follow. The answer is option 3.
Spot on. Let's look at Venn diagrams with some math.
Question 24. In a class of 40 students, 22 study Hindi, 18 study Sanskrit, and 8 study both. How many study only Hindi? Options: 1, 14, 2, 22, 3, 10, 4, 16.
When calculating overlapping sets, you have to remember that broad categories usually include the intersections. When the problem states 22 study Hindi, that group includes the kids who are taking Hindi, but are also dual enrolled in Sanskrit.
The question asks for the students who study only Hindi, the purists.
To find this isolated group, we take the total number of students in the Hindi bubble and physically subtract the intersection, the students who study both. So we have 22 students total in the Hindi set. We subtract the 8 who are dual enrolled.
22 minus 8 leaves us with 14 students who study Hindi and absolutely nothing else. The answer is option 1, 14.
We are wrapping up section A with mathematical operations.
Yes. Question 25. If P means plus, Q means S, R means X, and S means R, then 18 R2 X P4 equals what? Options 1, 16, 2, 14, 3, 18, 4, 12.
My biggest piece of advice here is to never try to solve this in your head while translating the letters. You will drop a sign. Rewrite the entire equation immediately on your scratch pad, substituting the letters with their mathematical symbols.
Okay, translating it now. 18 times 2 divided by 3 plus 4.
Now, you must strictly adhere to the order of operations, commonly remembered as BOBO-DMAS, brackets, orders, division and multiplication, addition and subtraction. We don't have brackets or exponents. We handle division and multiplication from left to right.
So first, 18 times 2 is 36. Now the equation reads 36 divided by 3 plus 4. Next is the division. 36 divided by 3 is 12. Finally, we do the addition. 12 plus 4 equals 16.
The correct answer is option 1, 16. Excellent, methodical, and accurate.
And that brings us to the end of section A. Take a breath, shake out your hand. We are now diving into section B, general awareness. This covers questions 26 through 50. What is our battle plan for this rapid fire section?
This section tests your broad factual recall across history, polity, geography, economy, and science. My absolute strongest advisory for general awareness is this: read, decide, and move on.
Do not agonize.
Exactly. You either know the chemical symbol for sodium or you don't. Guessing or staring at the screen won't trigger a memory that isn't there. It will only steal precious time from the quantitative section we have to do next. Trust your gut and keep your momentum high.
Read, decide, move on. I will keep the pace brisk. Let's start with history. Question 26. Who was the first president of India? Options: 1, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, 2, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, 3, Jawaharlal Nehru, 4, Dr. Zakir Hussain.
This is foundational Indian history. The answer is option 1, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. He was a key leader during the independence movement and served as the president of the Constituent Assembly before becoming the first president of the Republic in 1950.
And it's important not to fall for option 3, Jawaharlal Nehru. He was the first prime minister, which is the head of government, whereas the president is the head of state.
A very common distractor.
Question 27. In which year did Mahatma Gandhi lead the Dandi March, also known as the Salt Satyagraha? Options: 1, 1930, 2, 1920, 3, 1942, 4, 1919.
The Dandi March is one of the most brilliant symbolic acts of political protest in history. The British held a monopoly on salt production, so in March 1930, Gandhi marched 240 miles to the coastal village of Dandi to produce salt from seawater in direct defiance of the law,
Sparking the broader civil disobedience movement. So the correct answer is option 1, 1930.
Good.
Question 28. The ancient University of Nalanda was located in present-day which state? Options: 1, Bihar, 2, Uttar Pradesh, 3, West Bengal, 4, Odisha.
Nalanda wasn't just a university. It was an incredible monastic mega-complex, one of the greatest centers of learning in the ancient world. Geographically, its massive red brick ruins are situated in the present-day state of Bihar. The answer is option 1. Moving on to question 29. Who gave the slogan Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan? Options: 1, Lal Bahadur Shastri, 2, Jawaharlal Nehru, 3, Bhagat Singh, 4, Subhas Chandra Bose. This powerful slogan translates to "Hail the soldier, hail the farmer." It was coined by India's second Prime Minister, Lal Bahadur Shastri, in 1965 during a severe food shortage and the Indo-Pakistani War.
It brilliantly unified the country by elevating the farmer in the field to the exact same level of national importance as the soldier on the border. So the answer is option 1, shifting the polity now. Question 30. How many schedules are there in the Constitution of India at present? Options: 1, 12, 2, 10, 3, 8, 4, 14.
The key phrase to watch out for here is "at present." When the Constitution was originally adopted in 1949, it only had 8 schedules.
But through various amendments over the decades, 4 more were added. So currently, there are 12 schedules. The answer is option 1, 12.
Very important distinction.
Question 31. The fundamental duties were added to the Constitution by which amendment? Options: 1, 42nd Amendment, 2, 44th Amendment, 3, First Amendment, 4, 73rd Amendment.
The fundamental duties, the moral obligations of all citizens, were not in the original Constitution. They were incorporated during the highly controversial emergency period in 1976.
This massive overhaul was achieved through the 42nd Amendment, often called the mini-constitution. The correct answer is option 1.
Correct.
Question 32. What is the minimum age required to become the President of India? Options: 1, 35 years, 2, 25 years, 3, 30 years, 4, 40 years.
Constitutional eligibility criteria are classic, rigid exam questions. For the president, a candidate must have completed 35 years of age. Therefore, the answer is option 1, 35 years. As a helpful contrast, the minimum age to be a member of parliament in the Lok Sabha is only 25 years.
Good to know. Question 33. Who is the presiding officer or head of the Lok Sabha? Options: 1, the Speaker, 2, the Prime Minister, 3, the President, 4, the Vice President.
India's parliament is bicameral. The lower house, the Lok Sabha, is presided over by an elected member known as the Speaker, making option 1 the correct answer.
It's crucial not to confuse this with the Rajya Sabha, the upper house, where the Vice President of India serves as the ex officio chairman. Let's explore some geography. Question 34. Which is the smallest Indian state by area? Options: 1, Goa, 2, Sikkim, 3, Tripura, 4, Nagaland.
You have to read the metric requested carefully. By area. By geographical landmass, Goa claims the title of the smallest state in India.
However, test makers love to put Sikkim, option 2, as a distractor because Sikkim is the smallest state by population. But by area, the answer is option 1, Goa.
Precisely.
Question 35. Which is the largest desert in India? Options: 1, Thar Desert, 2, Sahara Desert, 3, Gobi Desert, 4, Kalahari Desert.
This requires paying close attention to the geographic limitation in the prompt in India. The Sahara, Gobi, and Kalahari are massive, but they aren't located on the Indian subcontinent.
The Great Indian Desert, spread predominantly across Rajasthan, is the Thar Desert. Answer is option 1. Question 36. Which mountain range forms the northern boundary of India? Options: 1, the Himalayas, 2, the Aravalli Range, 3, the Western Ghats, 4, the Vindhya Range.
The geography of India's borders is dominated by one massive tectonic geological feature. Forming a great curving mountain wall along the entire northern boundary are the Himalayas. The answer is definitively option 1.
Question 37. Which is the highest waterfall in India? Options: 1, Kunchakal Falls, 2, Jog Falls, 3, Dusagar Falls, 4, Nokkalikai Falls.
While Jog Falls is voluminous, when measuring by total height of the tiered drop, Kuchikal Falls in Karnataka is generally classified by geographical surveys as the highest waterfall in India. Option 1 is correct.
Time for the economy section. Question 38. Which body regulates the stock market or securities market in India? Options: 1, SEBI, 2, RBI, 3, NABARD, 4, EODI.
The Reserve Bank of India, RDI, handles the central banking system. IRDAI handles insurance. But the stock exchanges and securities markets are strictly regulated by the Securities and Exchange Board of India, widely known as SEBI. The answer is option 1.
Question 39. What does the abbreviation GST stand for? Options. 1. Goods and services tax. 2. General sales tax. 3. Gross state tax. 4. Government service tax.
Implemented in 2017 to create a single, unified, indirect tax system nationwide, GST stands for Goods and Services Tax. The answer is option 1.
Question 40. Which is the apex institution for agricultural and rural credit in India? Options. 1. NABARD. 2. SEBI. 3. SIDBI. 4. IRDAI.
For the unique long-term financial needs of farmers and rural infrastructure, the Apex Developmental Bank is the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, abbreviated as NABARD, and answer is option 1.
We are moving into general science now. Question 41. What is the SI unit of energy? Options. 1 joule, 2 Newton, 3 watt, 4 Pascal.
A Newton measures force. A watt measures power. A Pascal measures pressure. But for measuring energy itself, the standard SI unit is the joule. Option 1 is the right answer.
Question 42. Which type of mirror is used as a rearview mirror in vehicles? Options. 1 convex mirror, 2 concave mirror, 3 plane mirror, 4 cylindrical mirror.
On the road, safety requires seeing as much behind you as possible. A convex mirror bulges outward, producing an image that captures a much wider field of view, minimizing blind spots. The answer is option 1.
Question 43. Which gas is commonly known as laughing gas? Options. 1 nitrous oxide, 2 carbon dioxide, 3 methane, 4 hydrogen.
The chemical compound N2O depresses the central nervous system while inducing a mild euphoric effect, which can cause spontaneous laughter. It is chemically named nitrous oxide, making option 1 the correct answer.
Question 44. What is the chemical symbol for sodium? Options. 1 Na, 2, so 3 Sp8 4 S.
The symbol for sodium is derived from its classical Latin name, natrium. Taking the first 2 letters of that ancient Latin name gives us Na. The answer is option 1.
Question 45 is a biology question. Which is the largest organ of the human body? Options. 1 skin, 2 liver, 3 heart, 4 brain.
People assume organs have to be internal, which leads them to guess the liver. But when measured by total surface area and sheer weight, the integumentary system, the skin, is unequivocally classified as the largest organ. Option 1 is correct.
Fascinating that we are literally wearing our largest organ. Question 46. Which blood cells help in the clotting of blood? Options. 1 platelets, 2 red blood cells, 3 white blood cells, 4 plasma.
When you suffer a cut, you need a mechanism to plug the hole. That rapid response job falls to cell fragments called thrombocytes, more commonly known as platelets. Answer is option 1.
Question 47. How many chambers are there in the human heart? Options. 1, 4, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5.
The human heart acts as a double pump, divided into 4 distinct compartments or chambers, 2 atria and 2 ventricles. This completely separates oxygen-rich blood from oxygen-poor blood. The answer is option 1, 4.
Let's finish up this section with some static general knowledge. Question 48. Where is the headquarters of the United Nations located? Options. 1 New York, 2 Geneva, 3 Paris, 4 The Hague.
The UN has major offices in Geneva and The Hague, but its primary headquarters is located in New York City. The answer is option 1.
Question 49. Which animal is the national animal of India? Options. 1 Royal Bengal tiger, 2 Asiatic lion, 3 elephant, 4 leopard.
While the lion was originally the national animal, it was changed in 1973 to coincide with Project Tiger. Today, the Royal Bengal tiger holds the title. The correct answer is option 1.
And the final question for the general awareness section, question 50. The famous Sun Temple at Konark is located in which Indian state? Options. 1 Odisha, 2 Tamil Nadu, 3 Gujarat, 4 Karnataka.
Built in the 13th century as a gigantic stone chariot for the sun god Surya, it is a designated UNESCO World Heritage Site located on the eastern coastline in the state of Odisha. The answer is option 1.
All right, that is exactly half the exam completed. Now we enter the real proving ground. Section C, quantitative aptitude, covering questions 51 through 75.
Take a deep breath, because this is where the time you save by moving quickly through sections B and D truly pays off. My primary advisory for the math section is logistical. Use your scratch pad neatly. I cannot stress this enough.
You mean like writing in clear lines instead of just scribbling everywhere?
Exactly. Don't write calculations over each other in the margins. A massive percentage of errors occur simply because a candidate misread their own messy handwriting, mistaking a 7 for a 1. Keep your workspace clean.
Clean workspace, clear mind. Let's start with percentages. Question 51. What is 30% of 90? Options. 127, 233, 24, 4, 18.
Conceptually, the word of translates to multiplication. 30% literally means 30 per 100. Let's use the quick decimal method. 30 divided by 100 is 0.3. So we multiply 0.3 by 90.
And because of the 0 and 90, it moves the decimal point over. So it essentially becomes 3 times 9.
Precisely. The zeros cancel out nicely. 3 times 9 is 27. The answer is option 1, 27.
Question 52. A student scored 360 marks out of 450. What is the percentage of marks? Options: 180%, 275%, 385%, 490%.
Set up a ratio, the part over the whole, and multiply by 100. 360 divided by 450. Always simplify the fraction first. They both divide by 10, leaving 36 and 45. Both are multiples of 9.
36 is 4 times 9. 45 is 5 times 9. So the fraction simplifies to 4 over 5.
Now, what is 4/5 of 100? 1/5 of 100 is 20. 4 times 20 is 80. The percentage is 80%. Option 1 is correct.
Let's move to ratios with question 53. If 3 pencils cost Rs 18, how much will 7 pencils cost at the same rate? Options: 1 Rs 42, 2 Rs 36, 3 Rs 48, 4 Rs 54.
Here we apply the unitary method. Find the value of a single unit first. Divide 18 by 3 to find the cost of just one pencil.
18 divided by 3 is 6. Each pencil costs 6 rupees.
Now multiply our unit cost 6 by the desired quantity 7. 7 times 6 is 42. Therefore, 7 pencils will cost Rs 42. Answer is option 1.
We are into averages now. Question 54. What is the average of 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50? Options: 130, 225, 335, 440.
You could add them all up, which is 150, and divide by 5 to get 30. But there's a massive shortcut. Notice that the numbers increase by exactly the same amount, 10, each time.
This is an arithmetic progression.
Right. When finding the average of a perfectly evenly spaced sequence with an odd number of terms, the average is always just the exact middle number. The middle number is 30. Option 1 is correct.
Let's see if we can find a trick for question 55. The average age of 5 students is 14 years. When the teacher's age is added, the average becomes 16 years. Find the teacher's age. Options: 1 26 years, 2 24 years, 3 28 years, 4 30 years.
Use the total sum difference trick. If 5 students average 14 years, their combined age is 5 multiplied by 14, which gives us 70 years.
Now the teacher joins. There are 6 people total, and the new average is 16. So 6 multiplied by 16 is 96 years.
The teacher's age has to be the difference between those two totals.
Yeah.
96 minus 70 leaves us with 26. The teacher must be 26 years old. Option 1 is the answer.
Let's talk profit and loss. Question 56. A trader sells goods worth Rs 1,000 at a profit of 15%. Find the selling price. Options: 1 Rs 11,050, 2 Rs 1,015, 3 Rs 1,100, 4 Rs 1,200.
First, calculate the raw profit amount. What is 15% of 1,000? 10% is 100, and 5% is 50. That's 150 rupees in pure profit.
Add that profit margin to the original cost. 1,000 rupees cost plus 150 rupees profit equals 11,150 rupees. Option 1 is correct.
Question 57 is a tricky one. If the cost price of 10 articles equals the selling price of 8 articles, find the profit percentage. Options: 125%, 220%, 312.5%, 430%.
This is abstract. Let's invent a price. Imagine each article costs exactly 1 rupee to manufacture. Making 10 articles costs 10 rupees. Making 8 articles costs 8 rupees.
The problem states that the revenue from selling just 8 articles equals the cost of making 10 articles, which is 10 rupees. So you sell 8 articles and you receive 10 rupees.
But those 8 articles only cost me 8 rupees to make, so I made a pure profit of 2 rupees on an investment of 8 rupees.
To find the percentage, 2 divided by 8 simplifies to 1/4, and 1/4 of 100 is 25. Your profit percentage is 25%. Option 1 is the answer.
Question 58 involves discounts. After a discount of 25%, an item is sold for Rs 600. What was its mark price? Options: 1 Rs 800, 2 Rs 750, 3 Rs 720, 4 Rs 825.
Work backwards. If you discount by 25%, you're paying 75% of the mark price. So
Right.
0.75 times the mark price equals 600.
Dividing by decimals is awful, so let's use fractions. 0.75 is 3/4. Dividing by 3/4 is multiplying by 4/3. 600 times 4 divided by 3.
600 divided by 3 is 200, and 200 times 4 is 800. The original mark price was Rs 800. Option 1.
Question 59 brings us to interest. Find the simple interest on Rs 4,000 at 6% per annum for 2 years. Options: 1 Rs 480, 2 Rs 440, 3 Rs 500, 4 Rs 460.
Simple interest formula is principal times rate times time divided by 100, 4,000 times 6 times 2 over 100.
Cancel the 2 zeros from the 100 with 2 zeros from 4,000. We get 40 times 6 times 2. 40 times 6 is 240. 240 times 2 is 480. Simple interest is Rs 480. Option 1 is correct.
Perfect. Now question 60. Find the compound interest on Rs 5,000 at 10% per annum for 2 years, compounded annually. Options: 1 Rs 1,050, 2 Rs 1,000, 3 Rs 1100, 4 hours, 500.
Compound interest acts like a snowball.
I like the successive percentage trick. A 10% increase compounded for 2 successive years results in a total net increase of 21%. You gain 10% year 1, 10% year 2, plus 10% on the interest from the first year, which is 1%. Add them up. 10 plus 10 plus 1 is 21%. So we just need 21% of 5,000. 20% is 1,000, 1% is 50. That's N50. The compound interest is RS 1,050. Option 1.
Moving on to time and work.
Question 61. A can do a piece of work in 6 days and B in 12 days. Working together, in how many days will they finish it? Options: 1 4 days, 2 6 days, 3 8 days, 4 9 days.
Convert total completion time into a daily work rate. A paints 16th of the house per day. B paints 112 per day. Add the fractions, 16 and 112.
Common denominator is 12, 16 is 212, 212 plus 112 equals 312 per day, which simplifies to 14. They finish 14th of the project every single day, so it takes 4 days. Answer is option 1.
Exactly. Question 62. If 5 men can build a wall in 12 days, how many days will 10 men take to build the same wall? Options: 106 days, 2 4 days, 3 8 days, 4 24 days.
This is inverse proportionality. Calculate the total absolute effort in man days. 5 men times 12 days is 60 man days.
The job always requires 60 man days. Now divide the 60 man days by our new workforce of 10 men. 60 divided by 10 equals 6. It will take only 6 days. Option 1 is correct. Speed, distance, and time are next. Question 63. A cyclist covers 45 kilometers in 3 hours. What is the cyclist's speed? Options: 1 15 kilometers, 2 12 kilometers, 3 18 kilometers, 4 20 kilometers.
Speed equals distance divided by time. 45 divided by 3 gives us 15. The units remain kilometers per hour, so the speed is 15 kilometers. Option 1.
But read carefully for question 64. A train running at 72 kilometers crosses a pole in 5 seconds. Find the length of the train. Options: 100 meters, 220 meters, 390 meters, 444 meters.
There's a trap here. The speed is kilometer, time the seconds, options are meters. You must convert the train speed from kilometers into meters per second. Multiply the kilometers value by a fraction 518.
Distance equals speed times time. 20 meters per second times 5 seconds equals 100 meters. Option 1 is the correct answer.
Question 65 dives into mixtures. A mixture contains 40% acid. How much acid is present in 50 liters of the mixture? Options: 120 liters, 225 liters, 315 liters, 430 liters.
Just calculate 40% of 50. 40 over 100 is 0.4. Multiply 0.4 by 50. 4 times 5 is 20. There are 20 liters of acid. Option 1 is correct. Let's shift to mensuration and geometry. Question 66. Find the area of a triangle with base 10 centimeters and height 6 centimeters. Options: 130 square centimeters, 260 square centimeters, 316 square centimeters, 436 square centimeters.
Formula is 1/2 base times height. 1/2 times 10 times 6. 1/2 of 10 is 5. 5 times 6 is 30. The area is 30 square centimeters. Option 1.
Question 67 asks for the area of a rectangle. Find the area of a rectangle whose length is 15 centimeters and breadth is 8 centimeters. Options: 120 square centimeters, 246 square centimeters, 323 centimeters, 430 square centimeters.
Simply length multiplied by breadth. 15 by 8. 10 times 8 is 80. 5 times 8 is 40. 80 plus 40 is 120. Total area is 120 square centimeters. Answer is option 1.
Question 68 brings us into 3 dimensions. The total surface area of a cube is 96 centimeters, 38 centimeters, 416 centimeters.
A cube has 6 identical square faces.
Oh.
The area of one face is x squared. Total surface area is 6 times x squared.
6 times x squared equals 96. Divide both sides by 6. Quit I squared equals 16. The square root of 16 is 4. Side length is 4 centimeters. Option 1 is correct.
Question 69. 2 angles of a triangle measure 50 degrees and 60 degrees. Find the third angle. Options: 1 is 70 degrees, 2 80 degrees, 3 60 degrees, 4 90 degrees.
Interior angles of any triangle always add up to 180 degrees. 50 plus 60 is 110. 180 minus 110 leaves us with 70. Option 1.
Question 70. What is the sum of all interior angles of a quadrilateral? Options: 1 360 degrees, 280 degrees, 3 270 degrees, 4 540 degrees.
A quadrilateral can be cut into 2 triangles. 180 times 2 is 360. Option 1 is the answer.
Trigonometry is up next. Question 71. What is the value of tan in 30 degrees? Options: 1 1 root 3 2 root 3 3 1 4 12.
Relying purely on rote memory of the trig table, the tangent of a 30-degree angle is 1 over the square root of 3. Option 1 is correct.
Question 72 is another free point. Cosine of 0 is 1 plus cos 0 degrees. Options: 1 1 1 2 0 3 2 4 12.
Sine of 0 is 0. Cosine of 0 is 1. 0 plus 1 equals 1. The answer is option 1.
Let's wrap up section C with algebra and number systems. Question 73. If 2 multiplied by the quantity x plus 3 equals 16, find the value of x. Options: 1 5 2 4 3 6 4 8.
Divide both sides by 2 first. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So x plus 3 equals 8. Subtract 3, x equals 5. Option 1 is correct.
Question 74. What is the HCF, or highest common factor, of 16 and 24? Options 1, 8, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 4, 48.
16 breaks down to 2 to the fourth power. 24 is 2 to the third power multiplied by 3. They share a base of 2, and the lower power is 3. 2 to the third power is 8. Option 1.
And the final math question, question 75. Find the value of mana 5 plus Sena 3, mana 2. Options 1 to 6, 2, 10, 3 to 4, 4, 0.
Adding a negative is subtraction. Negative 5 minus 3. Subtracting a negative is adding a positive, plus 2.
So negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. Add 2, we're at negative 6. The answer is option 1, negative 6. We survived the quantitative section.
Yes, we did. Take another deep breath, candidates. We are entering the final stretch. Section D, English Comprehension, covering questions 76 through 100. This is the home run.
The English section is strategically crucial because it is often where candidates make up the most time. Trust your ear. If a sentence sounds fundamentally clunky when you read it aloud in your head, it usually is grammatically incorrect.
Trust your ear. Let's start with the vocabulary. Question 76. Select the most appropriate synonym of the given word. Happy. Options 1, joyful, 2, sad, 3, angry, 4, tired.
A synonym means nearly the same thing. Joyful carries the exact same positive emotional resonance of delight. It is the direct synonym. Answer is option 1.
Question 77. Select the most appropriate synonym of the given word. Enormous. Options 1, huge, 2, tiny, 3, average, 4, narrow.
The closest conceptual match for extraordinary size is huge. The correct answer is option 1.
Now we flip the logic. Question 78. Select the most appropriate antonym of the given word. Begin. Options 1, end, 2, start, 3, open, 4, commence.
An antonym is opposite in meaning. The opposite of starting a process is bringing it to a close, which is end. Answer is option 1, end.
Question 79. Select the most appropriate antonym of the given word. Permanent. Options 1, temporary, 2, lasting, 3, stable, 4, fixed.
The opposite of lasting forever is a state that only lasts for a limited period before changing. That is the definition of temporary, making option 1 the correct antonym.
Let's look at idioms. Question 80. Select the most appropriate meaning of the given idiom. Break the ice. Options 1, to start a conversation. 2, to break glass. 3, to feel very cold. 4, to win easily.
Idioms rarely mean what their literal words suggest. Breaking the ice is a metaphorical phrase for relieving tension among strangers by being the first to speak. Therefore, it means to start a conversation. Option 1 is correct.
Question 81. Select the most appropriate meaning of the given idiom. Hit the nail on the head. Options 1, to be exactly right. 2, to build something. 3, to get hurt. 4, to work very hard.
Metaphorically, extending the idea of precision in carpentry to hit the nail on the head means your statement or insight was exactly right. Option 1 is the answer.
Moving into spelling checks. Question 82. Select the correctly spelt word. Options are 4 variations of definitely. 1, D-E-F-I-N-I-T-L-Y. 2, D-E-F-I-N-I-T-L-Y. 3, D-E-F-I-N-I-T-L-Y. 4, D-E-F-E-N-I-T-L-Y.
Look in the core root word, finite, spelled F-I-N-I-T-E, add the prefix D in the suffix likely, D-E-F-I-N-I-T-E-L-Y. Option 1 is the correct spelling.
Question 83. Identify the misspelt word among the options. Options 1, occurred. 2, calendar. 3, rhythm. 4, cemetery.
Option 1, occurred, violates the double consonant rule. Because the stress is on C-U-R, we have to double the R. It should be spelled O-C-C-U-R-R-E-D. Option 1 is the misspelt word.
Let's move to grammar. Question 84. Select the most appropriate option to fill in the blank. She has been waiting blank morning. Options 1, since. 2, for. 3, from. 4, by.
For is used for a duration, a quantifiable amount. Since points to a specific starting moment. Morning is a specific point, so the preposition must be since. Option 1 is correct.
Question 85. Select the most appropriate option to fill in the blank. He was tired, blank, he kept working. Options 1, but 2, and 3, or 4, because.
To show a contrast between being tired and working anyway, we use the contrasting conjunction but. Answer is option 1.
Question 86. Select the most appropriate option to fill in the blank. The sun rises in blank east. Options 1, 2A, 3, and 4, no article.
Cardinal directions indicating a specific geographic region demand the definite article the. Option 1 is correct.
Grammar accuracy. Question 87. Select the grammatically correct sentence. Options 1, she has finished her homework. 2, she have finished her homework. 3, she has finished her homework. 4, she having finished her homework.
She requires the singular auxiliary has. The past participle of finish is finished. The only option pairing these correctly is option 1, she has finished her homework.
Question 88. Select the grammatically correct sentence. Options 1, neither of the answers is correct. 2, neither of the answers are correct. 3, neither of the answers were correct. 4. Neither of the answers have correct.
This is a trap. The true subject driving the verb is the pronoun neither, which inherently isolates items into singular entities. It always takes a singular verb. The singular verb is. Option 1 is grammatically accurate.
Question 89. Change the following sentence into the passive voice. The teacher praised the student. Options. 1. The student was praised by the teacher. 2. The student is praised by the teacher. 3. The student has praised by the teacher. 4. The student were praised by the teacher.
The object, the student, becomes the subject. The verb praised is simple past tense, so we need the singular past tense helper verb was, followed by the past participle. The student was praised by the teacher. Option 1 is correct.
Question 90. Change the following sentence into the active voice. The work will be completed by them. Options. 1. They will complete the work. 2. They completed the work. 3. They are completing the work. 4. They have completed the work.
The object pronoun them becomes the active subject pronoun they. The future passive will be completed. Changes into the simple future active tense will complete. They will complete the work. Option 1 is correct.
Now for direct and indirect speech. Question 91. Select the correct indirect speech. He said, I have done my duty. Options. 1. He said that he had done his duty. 2. He said that he has done his duty. 3. He says that he had done his duty. 4. He said that I had done my duty.
The reporting verb said is past tense, so the present perfect have done must shift backward to past perfect had done. The pronouns shift to match the speaker, so I becomes he. Option 1 fulfills every requirement.
Question 92. Select the correct indirect speech. Ravi said to me, please help me. Options. 1. Ravi requested me to help him. 2. Ravi said me to help him. 3. Ravi told help me. 4. Ravi asked that help me.
Please indicates a request, so we upgrade to requested. For imperatives, use the infinitive form to help him. Option 1 is the correct transformation.
One-word substitution. Question 93. Select the correct one-word substitution. A doctor who specializes in treating children. Options. 1. Pediatrician. 2. Cardiologist. 3. Dermatologist. 4. Neurologist.
The prefix paid comes from the Greek word for child. A doctor for children is a pediatrician. Option 1 is the answer.
Question 94. Select the correct one-word substitution. Words inscribed on a tomb. Options. 1. Epitaph. 2. Epilogue. 3. Epigram. 4. Epitome.
The specific noun for commemorative words inscribed upon a tombstone is an epitaph. Option 1 is correct.
Sentence improvement. Question 95. Select the option that best improves the underlined part of the sentence. One of my friend is a doctor. The underlined part is friend. Options. 1 friends, 2 friends, 3 a friend, 4. No improvement.
The phrase one of inherently indicates you are selecting a single item from a larger pool. The pool must be plural. Therefore, it must be one of my friends. The correct answer is option 1, friends.
Question 96 introduces a parajumble. Arrange the sentences. P. The fire spread quickly. Q. A spark fell on the dry grass. R. Firefighters rushed to the spot. S. They controlled it after a few hours. We know the answer is option 1, which is QPRS.
Look for the chronological trigger. A spark falling, sentence Q starts it. This causes the fire to spread, sentence P. Firefighters are called, sentence R. They control it, sentence S. Option 1 is correct.
And that brings us to the final section, the reading comprehension passage. I'm going to read the short passage and we will tackle the final 4 questions. Here's the passage. Reading books improves vocabulary and sharpens the mind. It also reduces stress and builds knowledge. Setting aside quiet reading time remains a valuable daily habit. Okay, question 97. According to the passage, reading books improves blank. Options: 1 vocabulary, 2 eyesight, 3 height, 4 weight.
Scan the text for the word improves. The first sentence states, reading books improves vocabulary. Option 1, vocabulary.
Question 98. Refer to the passage. According to the passage, reading also reduces blank. Options: 1 stress, 2 vocabulary, 3 knowledge, 4 time.
Look for the verb reduces. The second sentence clearly states it also reduces stress. Option 1, stress.
Question 99. Refer to the passage. According to the passage, reading builds blank. Options: 1 knowledge, 2 stress, 3 noise, 4 debt.
In the exact same sentence, we read and builds knowledge. Option 1, knowledge, is correct.
And the final question, question 100. Refer to the passage. What does the passage call a valuable daily habit? Options: 1 quiet reading time, 2 watching screens, 3 sleeping early, 4 eating well.
The concluding sentence summarizes, setting aside quiet reading time remains a valuable daily habit. The answer is unequivocally option 1.
We did it. 100 questions thoroughly broken down. I want to genuinely congratulate you, the listener, for pushing through patiently. Following along with this detail requires serious focus, and that focus is what will get you into that dream job.
Knowing how to solve a question is only half the battle. The other half is raw endurance. I urge you to practice managing that timer on your own. Build that cognitive endurance, actively apply the strategies we've discussed today, and you will be in excellent shape.